6 ways a black swan can look desperate and needy to a low value man. Hello, my name is Chengi. I am your dating and relationship expert here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, where we teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, and high worth woman that high quality men find completely irresistible. If that is you and that is the journey that you are taking, you are absolutely welcome. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share, and let's grow this amazing Black Swan community. Okie dokie. So I want to talk to you ladies today about the 6 ways you can look low value to or needy or desperate to a low value man. Why do I say low value men? Because listen to me, low value men look for low value women. They really don't intend to be with a high value woman because it's too much work, it's too much investment. They don't want the hassle. So they look for women that are low value. And every single time they do that, they have markers, these things that they're looking for, ways of behaving that they're looking for to determine whether or not they will stay or whether they will play. Now, sometimes as high value women, we are so kind-hearted and we're so warm and we're so friendly and we mean everybody well that we actually forget to be high value. Sometimes we are just in this place where we're effervescent and we don't really fancy putting in the work that week. We just want easy. How many of you just want easy? Sometimes I just want easy. I just want an easy job without having to think about how I'm showing up. Sometimes you just want to show up in your pajamas, right? You just want to show up as you are. But of course, we understand that the difference between ducks and black swans is that our show up and our natural place of default is always at our best. This is the place that has become home. Now and again, we want to leave home and explore the rest of the world. Now, some of these things will begin to indicate to a low value man that you may very well be on his level, and then he will begin to interact with you as though you are on his level, and then your behind is going to feel some kind of way. And of course, I always have a personal story to help you understand this even better. I was dating this guy once, low value. I didn't realize that he was at the time. He was very good looking, had all the right stuff, said all the right things, had all the right indicators that a black swan looks for. But really, he was used to dating low value women. And so I kind of picked that up intuitively. And part of me was like, relax your standards for a little bit. You know, he's all right. He's okay. But this was a mistake, ladies, because I started to give him indications that I was actually low value. I would think that one would assume that just by being in my presence, in my company, that I am not low value. Again, sometimes we get complacent and we just assume that somebody is going to be able to tell intuitively the kind of caliber of woman that we are. Interestingly, he was able to actually point out quite quickly that I'm not the kind of woman that a man can mess with. That was one of the things that he said when we first met. He said, I can tell you are not the kind of woman that if a man messes around with you, you are not going to go and give him 10 chances or second chances. You're a one-time only girl. So I thought, if he's good at picking up that about me, he's going to be able to see and experience me in the high value way that I am. So I'm going to relax myself, lower my standards a little bit, and just have a good time. To be honest, at that time, I wasn't really looking for a long-term mate. I think I was just a little bit bored and I had nothing better to do. And I thought, let me do some research for the channel and let me get along and do that. And it was good research indeed. So one of the things that I started to do was overgiving. Yeah, I just thought, why make his life a living hell? Why don't I just meet him halfway? In fact, why don't I go to him for a change? For a second date, I'm going to go closer to him. Give him, a sense that I'm not too high maintenance. Just see how he will respond. How will he feel if a high value woman made extra bit of effort with him? Turns out he just thought I was low value and desperate, right? In the end, he just thought, maybe I read this girl wrong. Sometimes we do these things thinking that he's just gonna assume certain things. A black swan never assumes that other people will assume her value. She always behaves in accordance to her value. She always behaves in accordance to her identity. She always behaves according to her nature, always and all the time, because this is what reinforces to a man who she really is. Men are very action-based. They respect actions. They know that their words matter, but really the men who are masculine especially respect actions. How a woman behaves is what gets her respect from any man. It's not what she says, it's not the hopping on, it's not the hair, the makeup, the clothes. It is how you ultimately behave over and over and over again that lets him know the kind of woman that you are. Remember, there are a lot of women that look like you, sound like you, walk around like you, but really they're low value. They might take time to do their hair, nails, makeup, and always look immaculate, but truly they're low value. So a man is going to really be determining it based on your actions. It's really important that we're not high value in the beginning, and then change the script later on. Change the script, because now we're in a relationship, we don't need to follow high value protocol. Oh, now I'm engaged, I don't have to follow Black Swan protocol. Oh, I'm married, I don't have to follow Black Swan protocol, because this is what will begin to get you into trouble. And so overgiving, going above and beyond to make a point, any kind of point, is unacceptable. When we tolerate disrespect, he does or says something that you feel is disrespectful. He's checking out other women. He's doing things that he knows are disrespectful. If you are silent, if you don't speak up for yourself, you're gonna find yourself in a really, really bad situation. Okay?
Guys you don't want you. And the ones you don't want simply won't leave you alone. They say you are picky and have impossible standards. Your partner has lost attraction for you and you have no idea if he will stay or progress the relationship. The harder you try, the further he pulls away. You are starting to think you are cursed, that there's something fundamentally wrong with you. The truth is, you are not uniquely broken. You are simply ill-informed, uneducated, and ill-equipped. All the things that can be fixed. I am offering you an all-access pass into the Black Swan Nation, where you will receive access to all of the courses, mentoring and coaching calls. We are also offering a 100% no quibble money back guarantee if the academy isn't a fit for you. What are you waiting for? Get smart, be educated, and level up. Do it absolutely right now by clicking the link below.
Okay, so it's really very important that you do not tolerate disrespect. That in that moment, in the most Black Swan way you can imagine, you just simply call him out. I know that a video has been done here by Coach Unique. Please go into her playlist and she will tell you how to behave when a man is checking out other women in your presence. Being a nice girl. Just being a nice girl and tolerating and letting things pass you by. Thinking that if I overperform or I show up or I tolerate, I am going to find myself in a situation where he's going to appreciate me more. It kind of doesn't work that way. If you really want to know how it works in depth, then you must do the Nice Girl Rehab Masterclass, because it covers absolutely every single little bit of information that you need to understand what I mean about being a nice girl. Number 4, having manners. When you're dealing with a low value man, he often doesn't know what manners look like. I found myself in this position multiple times. When you're a well-mannered girl and you know how to take care of people and you know how to be a good hostess and make sure that people are comfortable and you speak to people respectfully. A lot of low-value men have never encountered a woman who has good manners, who says please and thank you. And so they will interpret your good manners as this obsession with them. She must be totally into me so I can show my behind because she is so good to me, because he is not accustomed to dealing with a lady. He's not accustomed to dealing with somebody who doesn't believe in yelling, screaming, and shouting. He's not accustomed to somebody that is feminine and soft and submissive. He's simply going to believe that you are a doormat and therefore he can take liberties with you. And so this is really important when you are dating somebody and they have no ability to discern or really understand that what you're doing is not desiring him like hell, but really just acting out of your nature. If you find being well-mannered and being polite and being kind and thoughtful makes a man think you're a doormat, this is not something you have done wrong. It is the man that you are dating. It is that he is low value and he doesn't know the difference between a cubic zirconia and a diamond. He has never really encountered a woman of high value, of high self-worth, of high self-esteem. He has never met a black swan. And let's face it, black swans are not common. We're not everywhere. We are rare creatures. And we test men not by being less of who we are, but by showing up in full volume and assessing how he responds to that. Assessing what he makes of your good nature, what he makes of your kindness, what he makes of your warmth and your thoughtfulness and your consideration. If a man does not respect you more, love you more, and cherish you more for being the wonderful black swan that you are, then that is a key indicator that this man is low value and he will never be able to treat you the way you deserve. The second thing is when we ask for nothing. We never ask for any of our needs to be met. This again is a nice girl problem that you will find in the nice girl rehab. You never ask for anything. You always want to come across like, I don't ask for much. Why do men feel like I'm always asking for too much? You must become a woman that asks for your needs to be met. What are your needs? It is perfectly okay to ask for your needs to be met. Of course, within reason. He is not here to service your every need, but certainly when it comes to being treated like a lady, when it comes to feeling comfortable and safe, it is important that you ask for your needs to be met. Now, if a low value man knows that he's keeping you and putting you in positions where you are not safe and treating you unkindly or in a way that is inappropriate or disrespectful, this man is going to get to the point where he just thinks, yeah, she is low value, and then continue along that path. You being silent and not speaking up for yourself is not going to be the ticket to him loving you more or respecting you more. Last but not least is being low maintenance. I know that we don't want to be high maintenance because for some reason we think there's something wrong with that. Honey, you will always be high maintenance to a low value guy. It's that simple. If he is incapable, incompetent, and does not have the capacity to be with a black swan, you will always be high maintenance. Now, when we try to be low maintenance, what I mean by that is when we lower our standards and our boundaries in order to make it easier for him to spend time with us, easier for him to care about us. We cannot lower our standards to make a man who is not prepared to jump over hoops in order to be with us. Now, black swans do not present unnecessary hoops. We simply know our worth, we know our value, and we show up accordingly. We don't have to put tests before men. Who you are is a test already for a man who is not in your league, who is not compatible with you. Who you are is enough. Whenever we begin to lower our standards and come across low maintenance and a man no longer has to make effort, it makes us read low value, and that man will believe that you are definitely his standard. This is really important because we must understand that men deselecting themselves is part of the black swan journey. We're not just here to eliminate men and walk away. We want to get men to really assess themselves alongside our value and alongside our quality. We want them to look at themselves and think, am I worthy? Am I capable? Can I do this? Can I meet this woman at the place that she's at? And if a man decides, no, it's too much work, then let him go about out his way. We are not desperate, we are abundant. Black swans are abundant. They understand that there is no lack of good men out here. They understand that one leaves and another one will surely come by, because we understand energy, and we understand that as long as we're resonating at the frequency, the highest possible frequency, we can only attract men who are on our level. And so, Black Swans, it is really important that we manage repetition of good values and good behavior, that we never lower our standards, that we don't overgive, and that we pay heed to these small signals that would make a low value man stay longer than he should, and will make a high value man think that perhaps he's made a mistake with you. And that is something that we do not want a high value man to think. We want him to know and experience us at our very best. I hope this video was helpful. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. But in the meantime, do take care of you. Love you lots. Bye bye now.